Alright there, Procrastinauts, mine's Pleborian, and welcome back to the Kerbal space program. Last time we were here, we sent our space plane and interplanetary adapter around Juno. It was pretty exciting. We did a bit of an aero break, we almost didn't make it back up into orbit, but we got there in the end. It was pretty cool. Now, today's mission is a little bit harder actually. Let's go with that there. And today we're going to try and land our space plane on Duna. Not an easy feat. It never used to be in the old version, but in this version it's now a lot harder. However, I have the perfect method, and it's going to shock you to see how I do it when I do it. But let's head on over to the tracking station. Once again, I've been presented with another night scene of the Space Center. That's convenient, I must say. Let's have a look at the tracking station and see where we are in the way of progress. Let's see, Falcon X3-1. Now that shouldn't be called that, but never mind, eh? We'll come back to that at a later date. Right, so if I remember correctly, I need to start filling up the tanks of my space plane. Here we go. So let's see, what do we have fuel wise? We have... Oh, I already did this last episode, didn't I? Derp, I completely forgot about that. Right, so first thing we need to do is we need to undock and move ourselves away from this thing. Undock! RCS and boost! Excellent. Alright, so most important part about landing anything on Juno is picking your landing space. You need atmosphere regardless of whether you're sending in a probe, a pod, or a what's it called, or a space plane like this. That's a bit too bright. Let's power down the thingy-mabob. It doesn't need all its power. Boo! Oh, why are they not working? Boo! Yeah, there we are, that's better. Right, so yes, we need atmosphere to land on Juno, like I said, regardless of what we're landing on there, because the atmosphere is what's going to be responsible for doing most of the work for us. Now, problem with this is you need to get down nice and low on Juno because the atmosphere is so thin. You need to work this out very carefully. Now normally what I'd do is I would land in a crater, and that would be that as far as this game goes. Not in this version. Juno is a very, very detailed planet now, and there are lots of bumps. In fact, I cannot think if there is one straight area flat enough to land on. I haven't found one yet, and I know that quite a few of you guys are interested to see how I do this. Now, the problem with this is I need to get in kind of here, and I need to do this correctly. I can't come in too steep, I can't come in too fast. I need to be able to generate enough lift to bounce back up off the atmosphere, should that be the case, which I think it will be, to tell you the truth. That is what is going to be most of our braking, so I'm going to turn that on actually, because we need the engine. We can't go anywhere without an engine, can we? Let's be honest. Right, okay, you keep yourself nice and on that marker. We don't want to deviate too much from our current orbital path. It'll make things easier when we come to rendezvous up later, I think. Okay, keep on going. Now this should be a decent landing zone. Right there. Oh, no. There we go. That should. We won't go that far, I don't think, but at least we'll still be landed in that crater-esque area. So I'm going to flip this bad boy around and we're going to ride it down. Ride it down like a beast. If all goes to plan, you should be watching this while I am currently sunning myself over several thousand miles away from my home. Yes, you are correct. I'm currently on holiday in Florida, so these recordings that you're seeing here are all pre-recorded. I mean, the last lot were pre-recorded, to tell you the truth. I recorded them ages ago. That's why at the time mods didn't work, and I'm still not going to be using those mods for these little missions. I'll come back to them at a later time. I've also got another video series lined up for you guys while I'm away as well, but more about that when I actually come to it. It's not too dissimilar from this, if I tell you the truth. Not too dissimilar from this at all. But again, you'll have to wait till next Monday to find this out, where you guys will be having a lot more fun watching these videos than me, because I'll be stuck on a plane for like 8 hours. 8 goddamn hours, man. And that's just like before the first stop down. We've got to stay in another airport somewhere, and then I'll be on another plane for 2 hours. Oh god, I hate flying to America. I hate it so much. It takes so long. But once I get there, it'll be truly, truly glorious. Oh, the weather. Oh, the private pool that we're going to have. Oh god, it's going to be mint. The water parks, the lot. in Kennedy Space Center, to tell you the truth. I might actually end up doing a video of me walking around Kennedy Space Center, just pointing and looking at rockets. It might be quite funny, but it also might be quite boring. It depends. I'll have to see about that when it comes down to it. But I've rambled on so much that we've actually popped into the atmospheric reaches of Juno. So I'm just going to time warp this and hope for the best. Now, it's going to be a slow process getting ourselves down, because as you can see, our speed is currently going up. We need that to drop down substantial amounts. Ideally, I'd like it under 200 when we're landing. Well, actually, it needs to be 0 when we land in. But I would like it to be down to about 200 before we start landing preparations. And for those of you guys who are watching and want to actually do this for yourselves, then this is probably the best way. You got to do it now on Juno. Oh, Olympus Mons! Well, it's not really Olympus Mons, but you know. There needs to be a Juno Mons or something. Kerbal Mons. I don't know. If there's a face, there needs to be a Kerbal Mons. Who knows where it will be. But we're actually starting to get down quite low now. Where are we in relation? Ah, yes, so we are doing pretty damn well here. Speed is going down. The second I get the ability to do so, I'm going to start pitching my craft right up, right up. We need to bounce on the atmosphere as much as we can. And to be honest, saying this, I don't want to be wandering too far into the dark area. God damn it. And night's landing will not serve me well here. What's it looking like in there? Ah, yes, Juno. We're starting to get a little bit of bump and grind now. A little bit of bump and grind as we start hitting the thicker part of Juno's atmosphere, which is still remarkably thin. Oh man. Right, let's get the gear down. This should increase a little bit of drag. I think the increased drag. I'm not too sure. That might be just a far thing. But who knows? I'll do it regardless. Right. Oh, we're actually under 200. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start pitching up. I'm going to see if I can get myself a bit of lift. As you can see, the prograde is starting to come up once. Yep, there we go. Right, okay, this is where it gets a little bit hard. Flip! Right, hold yourself there, pal. Rotate. Are you ready for this? Flying a plane backwards on Juno. Because of the lack of air, the plane has no qualms about going backwards. It really doesn't. How are we doing on a surface speed? It hasn't changed. Alright, here we go. Let's reduce this, shall we? Let's reduce this substantially, because I'm going to crash otherwise. Whoa. Alright, okay. We're starting to... There we go, there we go. Right, okay, so... Slow yourself right now. Get as close as you dare. As close as I dare, should I say. And also... Get as level as I can. And down! Boom. That is how you get a space plane on Juno. Now, I don't know if this would have worked on a much larger space plane. In fact, I don't think it would have done because of the weight going down. Because this space plane is so incredibly light, then it's not really that weak, to tell you the truth. The smaller it is, the stronger it is. I mean, there's not really any... There isn't any struts on this space plane, to tell you the truth. It's been the first one I've built in a while that doesn't do such things. But yeah, we made it onto Juno, so that's always a good thing. That is always a good thing, making it onto the surface of Juno. Right, let's get you out. It's time to plant the Kerbal flag of Kerbal goodness. Never looked so happy, Bill. God damn it, what is up with you? I guess walking around on the surface of Juno is always good, and the scenery is quite nice, I will say this. I will say this indeed. Right, plant the flag. For all Kerbal kind, this flag shall stand as the backwards flag. The devil's flag. Okay, nice. But we actually made it, that's always good. Happy days. Problem is now, we've got to get back up. Now, I could do one or two things. I could either sit here and wait until Juno is in the correct phase angle to... be sending us back, but I don't think I want to do that. I want to launch my craft back up to the thing first. But the thing is, where would the Kerbal prefer to live? Would he prefer to live on the wastes of Juno, or would he much prefer to be floating around in orbit around Juno? I don't know. It is a strange one. Should we fly? Should we just fly on our EVA packs, see how high we can get? I'll tell you what, there are some big ass rocks out here. Some big ass rocks, right? You bring yourself back down nice and slowly. I'll tell you what, you can head over to your plane. I think what we'll do is, now we've made it, we'll go home I mean, Bill only wanted to come and have a look, see if it could be done. He's actually won his wager with Jeb. And apologies to poor old Bill. I was accusing him of being Jeb, which is never a good thing in the way of Kerbals. You should never confuse a Kerbal's name, because they are bloodthirsty killers, man. Look at that. He will eat your heart straight out your chest for referring to someone with the wrong name. Hell, he nearly did. I was only able to fight him off with a big fat stick. Jesus Christ. But yeah, let's get back inside the plane. It's a bit boring out here. It's actually quite cold as well, believe it or not. Juno, the surface of Juno is a very cold place. I mean, if I had scientific sensors on me, then I would be able to do such things. I should have brought myself like a little sensor pod I could have detached from the bottom of the thing and left there, like a probe or something, I don't know. Get yourself on there, pal. Crawl up there. Into your Procrastinaut space program fiend thingy-me-digger boobar type thing. Right. So, the question is now, what do we do? Where is the... Right, there's the adapter. Shall we get it round a bit? I think that should be more than enough. Where are we in the grand scheme of things? Yeah, we're still moving over into the light side of the planet, but it's now time to do something else. How much power have we got? Oh, plenty of power, actually. I was under the impression that we might not survive. Some good looking stuff all over the place here. It's a shame I couldn't have landed like over on those mountains over there. Very big shame indeed. Look at that. At least we got into like this crater type area. That's always a good thing. And I mean, you can see here now as well that it is not the landing spot for a space plane. It is literally the only way you could land a space plane here properly, and not the way that I did it, is through, I would say, a VTOL perhaps. I am not the best at creating VTOLs. In fact, I am rubbish at creating VTOLs. I have done it, but they've never been really that good. They've always used moving motors along the bottom and stuff. You guys have never seen me do any of that, and I might do that for future videos just to show you guys what I mean. But it's a hard one. But hell, Bill better manage to pull it off. Not too shabby, is he? But first off, what we really need to do here is I need to get myself turned around. So I'm going to give myself a bit of thrust to release the wheels. Release the hounds! There we go. And now I'm just going to rotate myself around, and we're going to follow that adapter. The interplanetary ring type thing. Alright, spin yourself around as good as you can without using too much of that bloody RCS. Jesus Christ. I need to save as much of that as I can. Docking up with that thing can provide issues, should I say. Issues indeed. So let's... I believe that is the angle that we'll be going at. Farewell flag, you've done us proud. So yeah, let's just go. Let's just get out of here. Right, give yourself a bit of pivot, and up, and RCS off. Right, we're going to have to get ourselves up onto this marker, I think. I should have included a normal SAS. I really shouldn't have brought the advanced SAS on, because the functionality has changed considerably, I believe anyway. So I've been told by you guys in the comment section. Considerable amounts indeed. But let's see if we can actually have the ability to make it up into orbit. And now I believe the speed I need to pick up to get myself into a nice, decent orbit from this height is about 1,000, if I'm telling you the truth. 1,000 meters per second. All dependent on the angle. I mean, we are leaving the thin part of the atmosphere now, so we should, in theory, have more than enough fuel to do such things. If not, then we're going to have to do the circularization on part of the RCS, and I don't really want to do that. How high are we there? Keep on going up, pal. Keep on going up, pal. Let's reduce the speed a bit. Reduce the thrust, should I say. And let's get this out to about, let's see, you're at 100. Let's get you to about 80 and see if I can actually keep myself out. 78. Oh, God damn it. Right, that should reduce enough by the time I get up there. Times warp. More like time stop. Alright, okay, so leaving thin part of the atmosphere, what is... Alright, 70. So, you know what, that's still not so bad, but I would like it to be a bit higher if at all possible. Alright, let's go. There we are. That should be okay now. With the limited fuel that I've got, I should be able to do a circularization, I hope anyway. The next phase of this is the whole docking procedure. Ugh. I've been a big fan of it. Well, I wouldn't say I dislike docking, it's just that it can be a bit tedious and a bit hard sometimes. I mean, our orbits aren't exactly perfectly aligned there. We're close enough, but we're not exactly perfect. How are we doing on height? Right, we're out. We're out of the atmosphere, I believe. What's 10? Get ourselves over 60, and then we should be able to begin circularization. I think, anyway. Alright, there we go. Nice. We need an altimeter on this. We need this altimeter on the map screen. I mean, it'd be covering this up, to tell you the truth. And I've not used this once. I've not used it once. I don't know why it's there. I mean, I suppose people may get a use out of it, but honestly, I have not used it, and I would much prefer an altimeter. If that's the correct way you say that, I think that's the way you say something that defines your altitude, or at least tells you your altitude. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna be so precise about this. All right. A perfect orbit is what I want. A 3-second burn at max fuel. Well, that should be like... Yeah, we're good for this. We're more than good for this. Winter will not be coming for Bill Kerman today. Right, there we go. I don't mind overheating the thing a little bit. Right, now the key question here is getting this to this in a nice time-like fashion. So, do you know what? Now we've circularized, we've still got plenty of fuel. Plenty of fuel indeed. There is only one thing that is legitimate to do at this point. So, to the Space Center, and now if I'm correct in saying, my little probe core I've got sat on the launch pad should, in theory, still be sat there. Alright, let's have a look. Yeah, go to the title of the spacecraft on the pad. A mission control. I should have put some Kerbals in it, in all fairness. It could have been like a real mission control building, considering we can't actually use ours yet. Do you know what I would like for a mission control building? You know, now I've said that. You know how we can walk around in EVA? I would like to be able to do that inside the mission control building, like an IEVA, as it were. Now that would be interesting. Now let's go over to our good friend Juno, and let's begin rotation process. See, it can be a very long process, and doing this at such a close range to Juno, shit! I may or may not have missed my opportunity. You know what? Screw it. I can sit there and do this again for all I care. I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing. I just don't want my craft to run out of power. It shouldn't do. Plus, this will burn up a little bit of time until we get to the actual... What's the word I'm looking for? Phase angle. That's the one. I can't believe I keep forgetting that. All right, here we go. We're getting very close now, so I think this will be the right place to do it. So, switch to. Yeah, switch to. You know, switch to. No. Well, that was rude. Right, let's go back to the Space Center. I don't know why I did that then. Possibly another bug. Finally a daytime scene. Alright, okay, so to this. I had wondered why I had so many then, but I panicked for a second. I thought my finger split apart in space. Never mind, ignore what I'm saying. Right. God damn it. Here we go. So, we're going to set this as our target. We're going to begin doing some burns here and there. See if we can get us out. Oh, that was actually quite close. That was quite close indeed, that was. I believe I can get it a little bit closer though. Try not to do it without messing around with the other nodes too much as you do this. 0.5? 0.5 kilometers? How can I go wrong? Right, here we go. Got myself up to that maneuver node there, and then we shall begin burn. So we only need to do 14.9 seconds. That's like a 1 second burn. It's not even a 1 second burn, to tell you the truth. I don't think so anyway. We'll have to find out on the next episode of KSP. No, I don't think I'm going to cut the episode here. Not just yet anyway. I'm going to get myself docked up with this thing, I think anyway. And then I'm going to go away and I'm going to get myself all ready for the phase angles and such. Alright, now let's see if I can reduce that. There we go. Nice. So when we get up there, I can normalise my what do you bother call it? My distance away from that. I can reduce the speed to 0, kill it, kill the velocity, relative velocity I think it's called. It's been a while since I've had to refer to that term. I mean, I know I've done some docking recently, but it has been a while. We're getting really close now. 4, 3, 2. I believe that once I get to that point, there we go. Right, let's begin preparations of slowing ourselves down. We've got to be quick about this, very quick indeed. 30 meters, so that is like a 2-second burn, more than enough for what we've got in fuel. There we are. That should kill it for the most part. Let us head on over to here and burn. Yeah, plenty of fuel, my son. That should take us all the way to. In fact, I'm not going to bother doing that because I am heading straight for it at some good pelt. I've just realised. RCS, help me. Slow down. Jesus Christ, man. That was not cool. That was not cool at all. Reduce your speed to 1 meter a second, so I've got time to adjust this. Right, bear with us 1 sec. People always complain about me saying I should clear my throat out. But this is what I always sound like. I always sound raspy and horrible. God, I hate the sound of my own voice, especially when I listen back to it. I don't know how you guys can bloody stand it, but I guess you do. I won't have 2,000 plus subscribers who do actively watch the channel every day. Otherwise, would I? Unless you like the sound of the raspy voice, it makes me sound all manly and shit. But you know what? We need to change to good old chase camera, and we need to begin this operation and slowly. So, RCS, boost us this way. Now, you see, if I had a normal SAS, I'd be able to keep this under control a lot better than I am doing. A lot better. So, let's rotate around. We also need to rotate this way. Save the RCS, don't want to blitz it on doing a job that the SAS can do on its own. Now, last time I practiced this with the docking, I wasn't so good at it. Now, in the original episode, I got connected up to it, no mess, no fuss, I believe the term was. But not last time I practiced rendezvousing up with this. Who knows? I don't want to go bashing into it the way I am doing. Let's reduce and turn a little bit. Kill our lateral velocity. How close are we? We are bloody close here, ladies and gents. I don't want to be going to this like on an angle, so I will be doing this as best as I can. Alright, hold yourself there, pal. Alright. I mean, for the most part, because I've not got the new normal SAS on me, this is a lot harder than it needs to be, I think. So, alright, there we are. We're a little bit off centre here. Let's see if we can sort that out. That looks good. That looks good to me. So let's get ourselves lower down and give ourselves a bit of forward movement. Turn camera around so I can see how high we are as we come into this. Remember that I've now just reversed the RCS controls, so I've got to be careful. Right, okay, we are making some progress. Right, stop. Turn around a little bit. There we go. We should be perfectly straight now. No, not quite actually. There we go. Keep yourself nice and level. It doesn't matter whether I'm a little bit tilted to the wrong angle, like this. It just matters that I'm coming in straight. Obviously, once I'm flying this thing, it's going to be really hard to, you know, fly in a straight line if the plane's on a bit of a wonky angle. Centre of mass and all that guff. Alright, here we go. Okay, bounce around a little bit. Keep yourself on it. I can't see because the bloody thing's in the way. Right. There we go. And I think we're actually quite straight on that. That's nice. Oh, that is nice indeed. Alright, so we made it. We can turn the RCS off. We can turn off our... Oh, we didn't turn... Well, why is the RCS not going off? Okay, now that is weird. Very strange. RCS. RCS. I guess what I'll have to do is I'll have to come back to this once I've got myself in the phase angle. What I'll do is I'll head over to Space Center now, get that all set up, and I'll come back for the next episode, because it is going to be the next episode. I think this one might have ticked over a little bit longer than I wanted it to. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of KSP. Mine's been Pleborian. If you haven't done so already, leave a comment in the comment section, hit the like button, and subscribe. I'll catch you all in a bit, people. Peace out.